And now there's this new term that's emerging, right? Now there's the SEO, and now there is the GEO, which we're going to talk about that in a second. So can you tell kind of what the difference between SEO and GEO is?
Yeah, so the shift is like, who were you writing for before? Before you were writing for a human audience, back in the 2010 era and the blogging and all that, even social media, that's for a human audience. But now, why do we publish? What is the point of publishing? The point of publishing now is for an AI audience. This is a critical distinction to understand. You might, like, at first glance, you might be like, oh my God, this is super dystopian and weird. It's like that the same sort of.
Say what GEO stands for.
Oh, I'm getting there. So the AI audience is replacing the human audience. And so for SEO, you were hoping to find people, but GEO is generative engine optimization. And you are now hoping to appeal to AI scrapers with your content. This is essential. Like, you can have any reaction you want, but this is the future. This is how content gets discovered, is when it is formatted and delivered in a way that AI can receive it. Now, there's a whole lot to that, and we're going to unpack all this as the show goes on.
Yep. So before we get there, so a question is AI killing blogs, or is it just killing bad blogging? What do you think about that?
So this is going to be a recurring theme throughout today's show, but it is a refinement.
Okay.
It's a refinement. It says, if you want to win in this landscape, you must do this. And it's a series of refinements.
Okay. Gotcha. And so let's talk about kind of what does that even mean to win, right? These days with the era of GEO, like, how do we win? So do you want me to kind of read a couple points, and then you can go crazy about that? So some of the tips that that I found, like, how do you win in this era, is how well your content is indexed and surfaced by AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity. It emphasizes structured content, niche authority, AI-friendly formats, and multimedia integration as the new pillars of visibility. So this is directly aligned with PageMotor's mission to help creators publish fast, AI-optimized, multi-format content without technical friction. So what does that mean? Do you want to kind of talk more about that?
Yes. So what does it mean to win in the current landscape? Like what does this look like? I've been beating this drum for years now with a concept that I called attention design. And social media was the first big pressure that made it so that you had to start doing attention design or you were not going to win. So what does that mean? Attention design means we have to design and deliver our pages in ways that will work for the way human attention works. And so, real quick, I repeat this often, but it's worth repeating again. So back in the day, we would have blogs, you'd have content on the left and a sidebar on the right. And the sidebar would have like additional information, other things that might be of interest to you. And then you would maybe, browse around that stuff and go do that. People don't do that anymore. That represents a fractured attention. Are you paying attention to the content on the left, or are you looking for these diversions on the right? That mode doesn't work anymore and hasn't for a long time. Social media feeds have made it so you better deliver some serious attention-grabbing stuff, or people are going to go back to those feeds because there's a whole lot of attention-grabbing stuff. So attention design says you can really only do one thing on a web page. You got one thing, one concept to explore, one thing to try and do. Like, I want to get users to opt into an email list. I want to get them to buy a product, whatever it is. You can only do one thing. So the whole page must focus on that one thing. This concept gets extended even further with AI. It's critical. AI doesn't do AI can compile a whole bunch of data, and you can ask it a question, and it can give you some results from that data set that are more complex than a simple search query would do. Okay, that's true. But to have that data be like super, super specific and relevant, the pages that it's pulling from need to be specific and highly relevant. So that this happens on a few fronts. Number one is just having these pages with only that. If you only give AI something very specific, that's how it's going to read the content. But if you start delving into other areas, it's going to muddy the signal that it gets. The muddier the signal, the less confidence it has in that result, and it's not going to win. So you want to be as laser focused on a topic as possible. So that's rule number one for new page creation in the era of AI.